On today's episode of Anime Afterthought Fire Force Season 2 Episode 6, The Time to Choose. You know, the writing was on the wall long before last week's preview. I called it out after first witnessing Inca in that deranged-fueled smile. Like, you know this chick is not right. Lo and behold, today when given a choice, of course, she decides to choose the white class. Now remember last we left off, last week gave us an amazing battle between Shinra and Charon, as well as Arthur and Homia, not to mention an entire battalion of Fire Force soldiers against a demon. Now, while we might not have lost today, is definitely not a victory, as we see Inca finally make her inevitable choice. It's time for the White Clads to leave and Inca make a line, and once again, she is denouncing Shinra to his very core. This safe life he is allowing her to live is not one she wants. She wants the thrill of being on the verge of death, as we see her imagine a life in each, the safe humdrum life of watching TV and reading a book, compared to her with an eye gouged out and possibly on the verge of death. Yeah, well, obviously she gets a lady boner for the second and decides to skip out with Homia and Charon. Not before Charon gets one more good punch on Shinra. Yeah, this dude's a fucking monster and he shows it. And Shinra says the best line of today's episode: "I'm gonna fucking kill you." Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, if the evangelists need the pillars and you take one pillar out, wouldn't it like fuck up their plans, or at least delay them till another pillar is born? Like, I don't know. It's hard hearing our hero literally spout those lines, but personally, yeah, this bitch got to get got. She is fucking crazy. As we see in the next fucking scene when she's hooking up with Homia, out of the blue comes Panda. Remember her little tag along? The other dude was taken out. Panda's the little short chubby motherfucker. He's holding a gun, trying to stick up the White Clad, saying, you know what? This is for my bro. Let boss Inca go. And yeah, Inca fucking kills him. She says it's fate or destiny. She's blaming it on, you know, the inevitable that would happen, yet she's the one that is drawing the path from start to finish, igniting her once friendish kind of individual. I mean, yeah, all I can hear now is the screams of Panda roasting alive, and that shit is fucking haunting. My god, what a sweet little chubby character that finally gets, you know, some big boys in there, and yeah, they turn him into a fucking s'more. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Shinra, I don't like it coming out of your mouth, but this bitch gotta get got. Now, while the A3 regroups, it's time to go over today's events, and like I said before, it might not be a loss, but it's definitely not a victory. As we'll soon come to find out, there was 19 deaths, over 40 injuries, and 39 infernals laid to rest, and it's weird, they don't even consider them casualties anymore. It's an entirely different category. They've literally dehumanized the infernals. They're their own category of beings. It's fucking dark as shit, but yeah, a lot of people died, and it's quite disheartening seeing Shinra down, and he is reflecting on the first time he heard those praise as this group of people cheer him on, saying, you know what, thank you for saving us. He can only be remembered to the people he can't save, and it's something that Captain Hodge of the 4th, you know, recounted that fire 2 years ago. It's reality is setting in at an alarming rate that this series is more dark than I ever gave it fucking credit, because I, like them, dehumanize the infernals. Oh, they're zombies, they're demons, they're whatever. No, those are individuals that had to be put to rest. Like, my god, a lot of people have fucking died in this series so far. A lot after we get today's information on, you know, the GC. Anyways, it seems one thing is glaringly obvious in this whole encounter with the White Clad, the evangelists, since, you know, their first introduction. We lack knowledge and information. We know next to nothing about the evangelists and the White Clads besides their overall goal of once again recreating the Great Cataclysm. I mean, we just found out that there's gonna be 8 pillars, so now we have to look out for 3 more. Like, I mean, we're literally playing catch up where we're 10 steps behind, and the people leading the charge are fucking insane. I want to repeat that. The White Clads are fucking insane. Every single one we met so far besides Sho, who seems everyone else legit never want to meet in Dark Alley. Oh, R.I.P. Panda. God damn, I'm getting flashbacks already. But it seems the other companies, including the 8th, are in agreement that, yeah, we are behind, so we need to do something. We have to research and investigate the evangelists, the White Clad, everything going on the underground factions of, you know, these fire-loving cults. Several companies are pulling putting their resources together as we see the captains, delineate who to send, what can they do to help out. It seems that a mission is getting set underway. Now we head back to the 8th where everyone is going over their own shit. Tamaki and Iris are purifying themselves because as we know that Iris is the only sister, the 8th company, and we know that Tamaki is actually a sister too, even though she was very fucking useless in the last episode. Like, come on. And even today, her lucky tree pulls out right in front of Vulcan, who decides to praise be to him. Like, seriously? Latom. No, a surprising revelation is that I don't know if Victor's lab is inside the 8th company, but we do see Victor is back dealing with his beakers and shit, so it's obviously his lab. Wherever it may be, Joker's there too, and they're going over like the upcoming assignment. Obviously Joker's in the know. He even conveys the thought of I wish I could go with you, so maybe something badass is gonna happen. I mean, we saw today's preview, so yeah, something is badass gonna happen. But Victor even quotes hey, maybe you should become a fire force. So she goes, maybe I should have. Obviously that's not the path he chose, but is he a villain though? I mean, he's teetering on the brink of who the fuck is he? Obviously he's not a white Clad because he doesn't seem that crazy. And then we have him in the new opening with the overlaying eyes with Captain Burns. I don't know. We cut back to the 8th company and everyone is gathered. Arthur, Shinra, Tamaki, and Victor. These are the chosen few that will be assigned to this upcoming mission. Once again, Obi states hey, we are severely lacking in the information department. It's time to go out and finally uncover the truth of the evangelist. I mean, we do know one thing, that they're trying to collect all the 8 pillars. We know who a couple of them are. Of course, he doesn't bring up the first, so are they aware that the girl that Shinra had an encounter with in that purgatory-esque place is the first, or because we're given a God's eye view only we know it? I don't know. Their goal is simple though, to recreate the Great Cataclysm. And oh my god, I've been waiting this entire video to get to this point. Did you see the fucking map? He goes, ooh, it was so great, this so devastating that it literally redrew the map of the fucking world, and we saw that only little bits and pieces and chunks of each continent are left. Like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, we know this great calamity happened 250 years ago, but we didn't know how great it actually was. I mean, I think this is the first time we're actually seeing a fucking actual map of what the world looks like. My god, was it devastating. It does bring up an interesting point when it's like the 9th time where they said 250 years ago. Why is it just now that the White Clads are collecting all these pillars? Did it take this much time for the pillars to be born? Have they tried and failed over the years? I mean, how new and how old the White Clad society and the evangelists all together? Like, it gets a guy thinking of, why is everything just happening right now? What was set into motion to put all this, out there? But we don't have time to think. It's time to start our mission. It's mission Chinese Peninsula, and judging by that, there's not a lot of China left. My god. But it looks like we're finally gonna do some, some grander world building. I mean, we've seen bits and pieces of what's left of Japan, but when it comes to everywhere else, I mean, we've seen fucking nothing. So we're heading outside. We got this, pretty awesome squad of candidates. We have, Juggernaut, we have Arthur, Shinra, Tamaki, Victor, we have, I believe his name is Ogun, Shinra's friend from the academy, and we have Lieutenant Pan. Now, first of all, Juggernaut, I understand you come from a long line of potato farmers, but my god, I don't even think scientists know the amount of information you do when it pertains to this starchy vegetable. Like, Jesus Christ, settle down. But it actually does seem that this guy's gonna play an important role coming up. Although he hasn't been to the destination, they're going to, he was actually born and is from the Chinese Peninsula. Plus, anytime Shinra and Archer can make new friends, I actually dig it. Now, the mission begins. They head out on this steamboat, obviously in a world consumed by fire. Maybe there's a 2nd or 3rd generation down there stirring the flame. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty unique. Plus, I thought it was a nice touch saying, Takahise, giving them a farewell. You three make sure to listen to Uncle Pan, Lieutenant Pan. But yeah, this is where I don't know where the series is going, because right now it kind of makes sense. I mean, okay, if hell is going to pour over into our world, yeah, I understand. Maybe some people with hellish abilities would show up, yeah, but talking moles? What the fuck? The preview for next week's episode looks like it's gonna take a fantasy type turn. First of all, the complete setting has changed. Everything looks more like, nature, more natural. We see, giant landscapes of rock, water, trees. I mean, it feels like a different different part. Then we get introduced to a talking mole and then a giant mechanized snake slash worm. Yo, I'm fucking excited as shit. Like, I love this series. This series has been a fucking joy to watch ever since day one. Like, love it, love it, love it, love it. Where do we go from here? I don't know. The fifth pillar has chosen her path. Inca is fucking crazy and decides to, you know, side with the white clads. There's nothing more we can do. Shinra was not up to snuff and got fucking laid out several times by Charon. Not to mention, you really couldn't change her mind anyways. He even admits that on his ride home in the matchbox. Like, she didn't even want to be saved. Like, she made her fucking decision. She's gonna have to live with that. The only consequence is now they have another enemy who is very fucking powerful. I also question what the fuck is up with Joker. Like, we've seen him here and there. Is he a villain? Is he a good guy? Is he an anti-hero, a vigilante? Is he undercover? Is he a true white clad? Or the fuck is his intentions? Like, I have no fucking clue who the fuck this guy is or what the fuck he wants. Not to mention his connection with Victor. Like, I question everything about him, and that's a good thing about a character. Like, once you get like hooked on a character, you want to be like, okay, so what's up with this dude next? So I'm just waiting for that big reveal when it comes to his backstory. But I think the most thing I'm looking forward to is this. Like I said, we're setting out. We're finally leaving where we've been this entire time. Another chance to world build, you know, introduced us to new customs or areas or, you know, firebenders. I mean, pyrokinetics, and I guess talking animals. I don't know. I'm fucking excited. I'm fucking excited. So with all that being said and more Fire Force next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.